What's going on with you? Are you back in training? Are you back in camp right now? You getting ready?
Training every day. I land. I get back to Miami tonight. I'll be in the training room Monday through Friday. On the weekends, I might get a little sidetracked, but Monday through Friday, I'm in the gym kicking somebody's ass.
So what do you think? What do you think is next? What do you think is next for you?
Going to Vegas in like 2 weeks now. Sit down with shot callers, or whatever the young kids are calling, like powerful people these days, and come to an agreement, see where we're going, what date, when and where, who it is, all that good stuff.
Any preference? Like what if ideal scenario for you? Who would it be?
Ideal scenario, I walk into the office and they go, this individual gets you closer to the title than any other individual, and I go, give me that individual, and they offer it to me with a lot of money behind it. All these guys are corny and I don't give a fuck about it, It's just that I want to go for the title again, whatever it takes to get to that title, whatever opponent, whatever threat, challenge, whatever they want to come up with that I have to deal with, I'm there to do it.
Would it be Leon Edwards? Would that be the guy that might be Leon Edwards?
I don't know if Leon Edwards would be the guy. Gilbert is ranked ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm going to sit down with the heads of there and say, what gets me the closest to the fight? How many fights do I have to do? Who do you want me to fight? All these questions, only those guys can answer.
You think Dustin fights for the lightweight title next? Your boy?
Yeah, Dustin fights for the lightweight title, wins it. Storybook ending, I've seen this guy grind from the beginning. It's just amazing, man, to see where he's at right now.
Your friends Kamaru, Usman, and Colby Covington are fighting probably at MSG, a building that you once headlined.
Yeah.
How do you see that fight going?
I see Kamaru winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Competitive fight? You think Kamaru dominates?
Colby has one strong thing. He can out wrestle most guys because they don't know they weren't collegiate wrestlers. So he's gonna have another wrestler that can push back into him. I think Colby's true colors will come out again, like the last time that Usman broke him. He just, when he can't wrestle a guy to death, he's not gonna try to exchange punches with people. He's fragile. He's the most fragile guy in the roster. I've said it before. Usman broke his jaw, then Usman broke his jaw just to verify how fragile he is. He's the most fragile dude in the roster. So when it comes to fist fighting, I don't see it for him. And this is gonna turn out into a fist fight.
Do you think at some point you'll end up having that rematch with Nate? That BMF rematch.
It's a DEFCON variant. Right now, yeah, I'd love a rematch with him or fight with anybody. I'm just here to fight, do my work right now. Can I sit around and wait for rematches and contract negotiations and like that? I sure as cannot, but can I get ready and fight somebody in a couple months, 2-3 months? Yeah, let's go,
That's probably not a fight that gets you close to the title, though, right? Like, that's what you want. You want to fight the fight that gets you closer to that belt again.
The title is everything that's on my mind. So whatever will get me closer to fighting title, and more so fighting Usman for that title.
Seems like American Top Team's got a lot going on. I mean, whether it's like NFTs, it's Dustin going for the title. Obviously, Amanda Nunes is a double champion. You're one of the bigger stars in the UFC. Is that just kind of a day-to-day thing? Got Lambert on national TV every week in AEW?
Just day-to-day thing. That's why it's nothing big to us. Doesn't matter how many belts, who you are. You get to the gym, you leave your ego at the door, you put your mouthpiece on, you put your hard hat on, you get to work, and you forget about all that. There's no divas at our gym, and we attract that energy. And it just keeps going, the younger generation that's coming up right now at ATT is looking scary. A lot of these guys haven't been released into general population yet, but when they do, you're gonna remember us, man. There's a lot of killers that we're brewing.
Is there like any timetable that you would like to come back and fight, regardless of opponent?
This year, early next year, that's my goal.
So maybe even by the end of next year, by the end of this year, I should say.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe that December card, or
could be December, could be January. As long as the money's right, the opponent's right, I'm there.
Are you gonna pay any attention to that Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler fight?
Yeah,
any interest in? I know Robbie's your guy though, so you probably wouldn't fight him, but maybe Nick in the future.
Definitely Nick, and if Nick looks good and does his job, why not me and Nick? I'd love to fight Nick. It's a classic fight. It's a fight that I always wanted to do since I was at Strikeforce at 155. He was at 170. I was like, man, that's a dude that I'd like to fight. Nothing personal, just because of his style, just
right.
The way that he leaves it all out there. So if I get a fight with Nick, it'd be a blessing.
Would you wait for that fight to speak to the UFC, or are you going to speak to the UFC before that fight?
I'm going to speak to the UFC before that fight, but that'll be on the table as well. If he does his job against Robbie Lawler, I'm sure me and him could be fighting.
Last thing, tell me a little bit about Game Bread FC. I know you guys canceled that event, but it seems like things are going pretty well, and you're pretty excited about promoting that show.
Things are going phenomenal. Some things are out of our hands, though. These hurricanes have been a little devastating, and on top of a bunch of other things, it just didn't seem right to go to a city to take resources when the nearby cities don't have the type of resources that should. You know, there's a lot of people without homes right now. We're not gonna go take 70+ hotels or 100+ hotels and quite possibly leave somebody out in the streets, you know. So it was just a clear no-brainer. We'll come back in October. Everything's still set. We still got a great main event, co-main event, so no worries. And hopefully, since I did Julius' interview live and wasn't expecting it, you'll be at my fight covering the interview live. Yeah,
I would
you holding the phone.
I would love to. Last question: are you gonna fight Jake Paul?
I'm gonna beat up all the Pauls. If they put money in my pocket, that Logan Paul dude, Jake Paul dude, the whoever Paul dudes, if they put money in my pocket, of course I'd like to break some Disney characters' faces. I've been fighting men that have been training since 7, 8 years old to do the same thing to me that I want to do to them. Fighting guys like that's a bonus, man. That's all I can say. They can take it however they want, but it's a bonus.
It seemed like he took, your comments. You were just giving your prediction of the fight, and he kind of took it a little bit personally.
He's salty, man. He's a big fan of mine, big groupie. Always DMing me, used to DM me, and then got salty when I said, "This is what I think." Woodley's my boy. I've known Woodley 13, 14 years, almost my whole career. This is Paul kid, bro. He thinks we were friends because I gave him some advice in the Ben Askren fight. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'll slap you and whoever you want, bro. I'm a fighter. Of course you're gonna get offended. He wanted that fighter up. See, the fighters acknowledge me. No. I'm still rocking with my boy Woodley, though he lost, you know.
Do you think that fight could be realistic, you and Jake? The UFC would have to kind of sign off on that, though, right?
The UFC would have to sign off, but nothing's impossible, you know. I mean, Dana doesn't like those guys, and Dana knows I go in there and put a hurting on those kids, so maybe he does send the assassin.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.